Good.
Okay, you're good? Okay. The meeting of the Dundee Township Mental Health Board of Thursday, September the 11th, 2025 is called to order. President of the board presiding. We are called to order at approximately 7:05 p.m. Central Time. Secretary Corns, please call the roll.
Adame. Auger. Connell.
Here.
Corins. Here. Harney.
Here.
Kempf. Avalar.
Here. We have a quorum. There were no remote attendance requests, so we're going to move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. I would like to ask our President Pro Tempore, Sue Harney, to please lead us.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Moved by Harney.
Second.
Seconded by Connell. Discussion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. The agenda is adopted. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes of August the 14th, 2025 regular meeting as amended.
Joe?
First.
Joe, seconded by Harney. Discussion, Member Secretary Corns, you had some corrections?
I made a couple edits. I don't know if I made it on here.
That's the one that's printed out for you.
Okay.
The one you sent today.
Is the edited one?
Could
So you
please
could just
confirm the edit.
Motion to accept as amended.
That's what the motion was.
Okay.
As amended.
Gotcha. I didn't catch that part, sorry.
No worries. The camera did. Will you confirm these are the correct version?
That is correct. Yeah, there were
Okay.
just two. Yep.
Okay, very good. No more discussion. Secretary, please call the roll.
Connell.
Yes.
Corins. Yes. Harney.
Yes.
Avalar.
Yes. Minutes are approved. The chair will now open up the floor to public comment by members of our audience. Would anyone like to address on the record the Mental Health Board? Seeing none, we'll move on. We'll now move to the coordinator's report. Coordinator Sanchez.
Not much to report this month. We do have 3 applications submitted so far for our upcoming grant cycle. It's typical that we get a whole bunch the last day or two. So Monday is the last day, and we'll see what comes in by the end of the day then. Looking forward to working with the interim coordinator over the next couple of weeks to get them onboarded and caught up to speed, hopefully. As I said, the Carpentersville police discussion on the police social worker program is delayed by a month. They had a big active investigation going on that required all of their resources, so we weren't able to meet. They did send some responses, but I didn't receive it until today, so that's something we'll be able to go over in the next couple of weeks, and then hopefully you all be able to vote on it at the next meeting. Other than that, that's it.
Okay, any questions for the coordinator? Hearing none, we're going to move to the ad hoc search committee report. Chairperson Auger is not here. Member Connell, is there anything you'd like to report from the committee? All right, I do know we are going to, on recommendation of the Chairperson Auger, going to extend the RFP for the permanent replacement for the administrative coordinator. That'll be discussed later in new business. And with that, going to move on to the financial report. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the list of bills of the September financial report as presented.
I'll move.
Moved by Corins.
Second.
Second by Connell. Discussion. Coordinator Sanchez.
You have before you, pretty standard, we have our, sorry, I didn't have that ready. We have our invoices from some of our providers that come in. Family Service Associations, Ecker, Mathers, NISRA, and then the invoice from Metopio for the survey. That is the most recent invoice. And that's it for this month, pretty simple. We now are at the majority of what is going to be distributed from the county treasurer's office. I believe we'll have one more small settlement that'll come in, but so far we're at over 470,000 received this year.
Okay, and that's the total 2025 distribution as recorded there on the report. Are there any questions or comments on the financial report from the board? All right, hearing none, wait a minute. I don't see ZRFM. Did we not receive a bill?
I didn't get it in time for the agenda.
Okay. Didn't we have one last month that we didn't approve, or did that come through?
It was the one that was
Us.
put through
Got it.
outside of us, so.
Yeah, okay,
So
thank you.
yeah, the invoice will be on the next one.
Okay, just like I said, just saw that missing there. I know we've been using their
Yeah.
services lately, so, okay, with
And
that.
Ecker does quarterly, so you'll see the invoices get sent sometimes monthly or bi-monthly, but they bill, or they send the report quarterly, so that's why some of the invoices are dated back to May, I believe.
Okay, and then with Family Service Association, I was just wanting to double check because their invoice was for $13,362 as presented. So that amount is included in the total amount expended here tonight.
Mhm.
So they're at 84% of their allocation. And I'll check the trend lines of past invoices because I know they were the ones that we noticed the significant drop-off in invoice expenses once the general accounting standard, the standards of insurance was implemented fully.
Yeah.
And I was just curious how that's trending now. It looks like it's staying within that trend, so.
Yeah, well, because they requested a smaller amount for this grant year, so.
I was aware of that.
Because of that. Mhm.
Because of that, okay. Very good. All right, with that, if no other discussion, Secretary, please call the roll.
Connell,
Yes.
Quarens, yes. Harney,
Yes.
Avalar.
Yes, the financial report is approved. On old business, Chair is going to, because as Coordinator Sanchez reported during his status update, the follow-up meetings with feedback from the board would not take place because of the very well-publicized investigation that the Police Department of Carpentersville is doing. So the Chair will entertain a motion to postpone the funding for the police social worker program expansion in an amount not to exceed $120,000 to the October 9th meeting. Moved by Correns,
I'll second.
second by Harney. If there's no further discussion.
Wait, there is, my
Yes.
question is this, suppose suppose they can't come to the October meeting, should we instead make the motion until the Carpentersville police people can come and answer the questions, or do whatever they're gonna do?
So I did receive, because I sent the team all of the questions that came from the board,
Mhm.
and I did receive a response today, about a half hour before I got here, so I haven't even had a chance to look, it was too soon
Okay.
for anything tonight. I'm assuming they're gonna have responded to everything adequately. I'm still gonna wanna meet with them though, at least even for 20 minutes, just to go over it, make sure we're all on the same page before handing it to you guys, because I wanna make sure you guys are gonna be satisfied with everything that's there before you even see it. What I
So
mean?
but we could still maybe postpone it to the November meeting, if not, I'm not suggesting that we should do that, I'm just saying, if there are still unanswered questions.
You can
they
always
can't be here.
postpone it next month. I'm very confident it'll be up for a vote
Okay.
in October.
Correct, and I think what we're doing here is we're saving some steps on the intergovernmental agreement next step by. So we're saving some steps here, so I'll try to talk loud over the hot air, the cold air.
Haunted house.
Yeah, it is fall, isn't it? So, but no, we want this to be right. I am aware, and I think most of the board members are aware, I know the township board's aware of the letter that came from the village manager of Carpentersville. Was a little bit of a misunderstanding, yet we are still gonna make progress to what we're gonna do, what the voters approved, the scope that we had said we're gonna do, and we'll discuss that in full next month after the questions are answered. So I do acknowledge that that letter was received. If the full board has not seen that, I'll ask Coordinator Sanchez to send that letter out, because I did hear, at least from one board member, they had not seen it. So I do know the township board saw it, and as well as village leadership in Sleepy Hollow and West Dundee, in addition to Carpentersville. So that's why I want to make sure the board's fully informed. All right, if there's no other discussion on the motion to postpone, Secretary, please call the roll.
Connell,
No.
Quarens, yes. Harney,
Yes,
Avalar.
Yes, it is postponed to the October 9th meeting. Status of the 2025 Dundee Township Mental Health Survey, Coordinator Sanchez.
I don't have the status update. I know Ray, I believe, sent out some information. I don't have it pulled up here.
Okay, well, I do, just very brief summary. They are on track to finish their survey components by next week per their schedule. We're going to pay we already authorized a payment of the invoice of $3,500. So basically, they're on schedule.
Yeah.
So if there's no other discussion, we're going to move to new business. Chair will entertain a motion to amend RFP 2025-01 to only require the submission of a resume and allow for a 1-month extension to the deadline.
So moved.
Moved by Harney, seconded by Corrins. Discussion, it is in your packet. And we received feedback, and obviously we want to ensure we have the best candidate pool possible for the long-term administrative coordinator position. And Ray, as he's administering the RFP, he had received feedback that some of the major recruiting services, particularly ZipRecruiter and Indeed, only require a resume, so that's why he asked for that amendment, and to extend the time to ensure that the time goes, instead of being due tomorrow the 12th, it's going to go to October the 17th, 2025. I know at least 3 different people who said, well, I want to send somebody, and I just send them the address to submit their application. They're welcome to submit. Anyone submits, everybody will be treated equally as a candidate. And the next step, once all those applications are received, is for our ad hoc search committee, which is chaired by Ray Auger and members Joe Connell and Belinda Adami. Will do the first pass review of all the applications and make their appropriate recommendations and conduct the first set of interviews. This is a very important hire for the board, so that's why we're doing this deliberatively, and we want to ensure an enhanced candidate pool for our next administrative coordinator. So if there's no other questions or discussion, Secretary, please call the roll.
Connell,
What'd you say? I'm sorry, I was reading.
On the motion to
Oh, motion,
amend.
yes.
or yes, yay,
It's up
nay?
for vote. It's a yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Corrins, yes. Harney,
I
Yes.
was reading something.
Avalar.
Yes. All right, the RFP is amended. We have new business discussion of outreach for the mental health board.
I was pretty ill this past week, so I'm good today, don't worry. But I wasn't able to meet with the supervisor and discuss her ideas. So
Okay.
I apologize.
All right, and obviously the working list that this board gave, the working list that this board has shared, you have the working list from, especially the inputs from members Adame and Corrins. So that will be part of the discussion with Supervisor Shaw as well. Okay, very good. All right, I know we'll get an update on that next month. All right, Chair will now entertain a motion to enter to closed session for the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees.
Move.
Moved by Corrins,
Second.
second by Connell. Please call the roll.
Connell,
Yes.
Corrins, yes. Harney,
Yes.
Avalar.
Yes, thank you. We're going to move into executive session. This should not take long. Thank you for coming. If you decide to stay, you're welcome to stay outside. There's snacks out there. And regular meeting of the Dundee Township Mental Health Board is called back into session. Post-executive session. Secretary, please call the roll.
Connell,
Here.
Corrins here. Harney,
Here.
Avalar.
Here. Chair will entertain a motion to permit the secretary to remove executive session recording off premises for the purpose of preparing executive session minutes.
I move.
Moved by Connell,
Second.
second by Harney. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Connell,
Here.
yes. Corrins, yes. Harney,
Yes.
Avalar.
Yes. All right. A report from executive session. Chair will entertain a motion to authorize the president to execute the agreement with MGT Impact Solutions LLC for interim administrative coordinator.
I'll move.
So moved by Corrins.
Second.
Second by Harney. Discussion for the general public. The interim coordinator has accepted our offer, and she will be starting on, I want to make sure I get the name right, Mary Kate Began Helt. She goes by Kate. She is assigned to as an administrative coordinator. We are through an employee lease agreement through MGT. So she will begin her work on Monday, the 15th. The contract goes through December the 19th, and she's hired on an interim basis while the ad hoc search committee continues the RFP for hiring the permanent replacement for the administrative coordinator. So with that discussion, any additional discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Connell,
Yes.
Corns, yes. Harney,
Yes?
Avalar.
Yes. All right, the meeting agenda now moves to board discussion. Member Connell,
No discussion for me.
Secretary Corrins.
Last month, I mentioned meeting with the executive director from Schaumburg Township Mental Health Board and about the program that they recently rolled out through referral GPS. I talked with Quinette, talked with Amit from Referral GPS. It sounds like it's a program similar to Care Solace that we have out here as well, that I believe they presented to us before I was on the board. Ray was able to share some information about that. It might be something worth visiting after we're looking at the grants that come in as a way to, again, for outreach purposes, but also to serve the community, because it's basically a care concierge for people trying to get connected with counseling services and psychiatry services. So instead of, having to look through King County, 360 or any of the resources or their insurance, they can call them. Township residents can call this either referral GPS or Care Solace and get connected to a counselor or psychiatrist based on their availability, based on their insurance. They contract with people specifically on who can do sliding scale or free services if they don't have insurance, and talk through who takes Medicaid. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. And then the way that Schaumburg Township did is they allocated funding specifically for those families that have high deductibles or can't afford the care to be able to help offset that cost. So, and then referral GPS is the one basically administering that. So it's not as much on the township to have to figure out, okay, who qualifies for this and who gets that. And they're doing it on, because it's still a pilot kind of program to see how much funding they really need for their for the households in the township. But they initially allocated $40,000, and then they'll reevaluate if that needs to be quarterly, biannually. But I think it could be something, again, as we continue to look at funding opportunities and way to serve the community.
Okay.
to explore.
In your discussions with, I believe it's Quinette?
Quinette, yeah.
Quinette, yeah, because I knew she used to be in McHenry County. What is their total allocation for grants for contracts?
I believe she's at I think she said 5 million is their levy.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, we're not that. And they also have a larger population that they're serving. So their pricing that they got from referral GPS was based on how many households were in the whole township. Okay. So pricing could vary based on the size of our township. I don't know. I think Ray sent me the proposal that Care Solace had sent way back. So I don't know if their pricing is comparable or, more or less, but it sounded like Care Solace is something they use out of, sounds like King County, U46. And then something I think they were even piloting with Huntley High School or the school districts there, because a lot of them are, it's usually through, from what Referral GPS said, it started out of the school system and now has expanded to townships or mental health boards and things like that.
Okay, excellent. And obviously, Schaumburg Township's over twice the size of Dundee Township, so it's a much bigger area, much bigger population. Anything else?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, President Pro Tempore Harney.
No, I have nothing.
Okay, moving to the President's update. The ACMI, which is the Association of Community Mental Health Authorities of Illinois, their Schaumburg meetings are in early December because it's short enough for a quick commute. Board members, if you haven't signed up yet already, please plan to do so in time. I do not believe Dundee will be presenting at this meeting. They will have a general meeting there. But we have not learned. Last year, it was ZRFM who did a training session. So for mental health board members, because you had so many new mental health boards had started up from the prior year. So if you haven't cleared your calendar for that, I believe it's December 7th and 8th. But when that takes place, if you can do it, most likely I'll probably do the general meeting and represent Dundee Township Mental Health Board if there are votes of the membership. So not going to. Additional updates. I want to thank the audience. I want to thank Deputy Sheriffs Hernandez and Hernandez for being here. We know that in some of the times, and there have been a lot of things, whether it's yesterday in Utah or last month in North Carolina, and mental health comes up in all of those. And we're sensitive. We want to learn. How might we learn? How might we proactively prevent what has happened? That's why we're watching, like the Massey Commission in Sangamon County, how they are going to react with what happened with the Sonia Massey case from over a year ago. We respect our law enforcement. We know they have a lot of things going. That's why the police social worker program is so crucial for us, and why we will move forward on that. Unfortunately, it's a lot of it's out of our control. I have shared with county board members, what might, especially when the new sheriff takes office at the end of next year, what might they bring for mental health boards, the other 10 mental health boards, including us. Those discussions are ongoing. And I have definitely, Member Connell has brought up utilizing potentially sales taxes or sin taxes. And I'm encouraged that because people say it's never been done. Well, 2 years ago, I made that suggestion to McHenry County to go to a sales tax, and the voters came through. So things can be done in mental health. We just got.
Sorry to interrupt. It's a cash cow then.
Well, it's something that we're going to.
It's better for that instead of the taxpayers on their own.
It's God bless McHenry County for what they did.
Right.
And when it's our turn in Kane County, we're going to be as creative within the law as we can. And if we need to ask for Springfield for changes, we will ask Springfield for changes. So we're not losing sight of that. But as we launch the pilot police social worker program, our first responders are definitely literally on the front lines. They will be respected, and all our residents will be covered, maybe not all at the day one, but especially our unincorporated residents through our sheriff's department. We are going to do this right. If it has to be iteratively, it has to be scalable, it will be done right. So with that, I have nothing else to say tonight. Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
A motion.
Motion by Connell,
Second.
seconded by Corrins. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Adjourned 7:36.
Beautiful.
That was shorter than when we didn't have a quorum.